Hey everyone, my name is Andy and I am on my way to work at the moment, but I have a thought that I'd just like to share. So there's a scenario and a question that comes out of this. The scenario is, I am the person that works out 3 to 5 times a week. I'm burning off 8 to 1,000 calories in each session. I'm working with a trainer or I'm working in a group setting. There's I've been at it for 3 to 5 years, so I've been working hard, I've been going at it. Initially, I've lost a good 40 to 50 pounds. Right, it sounds legit, but I'm not developing the physique that I originally intended to, set upon. So, there's your scenario, but the question is, am I burning fat? And if I am burning fat, how much fat am I burning? So that's a pretty profound question, especially in that scenario. Mainly because that's the scenario I happen to interact with mostly in my career. But nonetheless, it's a phenomenon that happens, and it happens quite frequently. This is the main reason why I got the Pinot mask. This mask tells me something called your respiratory quotient, and this respiratory quotient is the amount of CO2 that you breathe out in comparison to the oxygen that you breathe in. So what these numbers entail is the higher the number, which reaches to a 1.1 or a 1.0, that means you're more of a carb burner and you're at a maximal effort. So there's two things there. One, yes, it is a great tool to assess your athleticism, but secondly, it's also a tool to measure how many fats that you're burning in a session as well. So the generalized scope here is between 0.7 to a 1.0. The 0.7 is more related to your fat burning area. So you may think that your heart rate dictates what fat burning ranges and fitness ranges are, and that's close to reliability, sure, but those numbers are referenced off of your respiratory quotient, not just predicated on your age and weight. So when you're looking at it, the lower the number, 0.7, the more fats that you're capable of burning off during a session. And I say a session is anywhere between 40 minutes to an hour. Let's be realistic here, because not too many people like working out longer than that. And if they are, you're just pretty much wasting time. But in retrospect, if your number is higher than, let's say, like a 8.5, so the midpoint, that's where you're ending up burning off more carbohydrates. So there's a couple of things, right? If you're burning off more carbohydrates, then you're not burning as much fats as you think during the session. But the more times you achieve, let's say like a 0.9 or a 1.0 in a session, and let it go down and let it come back up, by letting it go back down, you're breathing off to like a 8.0 or a 0.8, excuse me, and then kicking it back up to a 1. That's indicative of that intermittent intensity training, high intensity training, to where you increase this phenomenon known as excess post-oxygen consumption, or EPOC for short, and you literally burn more fats during that time frame. So it's possible, but what I recommend is setting up an appointment to meet with me, and let's go over what your resting metabolic rates are as the first session. It has to happen in the morning while you're fasting. Then the second one is when we do a maximal effort assessment, and it lets me know at what point does your body stop burning fats and start burning carbs. So give me a call or send me a message. Messages are best because I work 2 jobs and raise 2 kids. So messages are just a log and a transmission that allows me to keep track of things. And let's go from there. Let's figure out if you're a fat burner or a carb burner.